Howdy, howdy, howdy. We are talking multiple digit multiplication, and we are going to learn a specific type of strategy to solve it. So you know what? Let's go 23 times 41. Now, just looking at this, I don't know what the product of that is. That's going to be a big product. I can't just solve that mentally easily. Okay. So, a strategy you can use that makes this kind of multiplication a lot easier is the box method. And what you do is, well, you probably guessed it, you make a box. And what you're going to do is you're going to write each factor. Remember, factors are numbers that multiply together to give a product. You take each factor and you're going to split it up based on its digits. So first, I'm going to focus on 23. There are two digits, so I'm going to have a column for each digit. Okay. My ones place value, I've only got a 3. And my tens place value, I've got a 2. So I could put 2, but that's not really accurate because this isn't 2. It's 20. It's in the tens place value. So I'm going to write 20. Cool. Easy. Next factor is going to go on this side. So there's 2 digits. So I make 2 rows for each digit. I do have 1 in the ones place value. I've got 4 in the tens place value, which of course is 40. Okay. Awesome. Now I'm set up to crush this multiplication sentence. So first, what I'm going to do is from the 40, I'm going to multiply it with 20. Its product is going to go in this box. Now you might be thinking, 40 times 20, that's not much easier. It actually is easier. Just because these are tens numbers doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be tough. When these tens numbers end in 0, here's the trick. You treat it just like it's 4 times 2, which of course is 8. But then you're thinking, well, Mr. Lewis, 40 times 20 isn't 8. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's going to be 800. And the reason I know that is because I've got 1, 2 zeros in my factors. So again, the step was 4 times 2 is 8, and you count the zeros. Well, I see 1, 2 zeros. You put them on the end. Easy peasy. We use that same trick with 40 times 3. Well, what's 3 times 4? Of course, that's 12. How many zeros? Yeah, we had 1. So I put that single 0 at the end. 120. Next, I drop down to 1. 1 times 20. Yep, that's 20. 1 times 3. Yep, that's 3. Cool. Last step, you add your boxes together. So you can go vertically. I could go 800 plus 20 and put my sum down there. But I'm going to go horizontally. I prefer it that way. You might prefer going vertically. That's totally fine too. 800 plus 120. Well, I know 800 plus 100. Yeah, that's going to be 900. And then plus 20, that'd be 920. 20 plus 3. Yep, that's 23. And then my last step is to add both of those sums together. Please take note that I aligned my place values. So my ones are on top of my ones place value, my tens are on top of my tens. That's really important when you're adding, because if you have your place values mixed up, you might be going 900s plus 20 tens, giving me 1100s. That's just completely wrong. You have to make sure you have aligned place values. So 0 plus 3, 3. 2 plus 2, 4. 9 plus nothing, 9. And congrats. We just found the product to this number sentence, just like that. So again, the steps: make a box, split it up into as many parts as you have place values, and then you start multiplying. Fill in the boxes. Add those sums together, and you end up with your massive product. Now, if you want to pause and move on, you absolutely can, but I'm going to give you guys one more quick example, and this time we'll use more than 2 digits. We will go, I don't know, let's go 316 times 38. Okay. I do not know what that product is going to be just by looking at it. Let's use the old box method. So let's go with 316 first. I notice that there are 3 place values in that one. So I'm going to need to have 3 columns. for the ones, for the tens, and for the hundreds. And yeah, you might be thinking to yourself, hey, we've done this before. This is just expanded form. Yeah, we turned 316 into expanded form. Very cool. 38, yep, there's only 2 place values there. So I need my tens. I've got 3 tens, which is 30. And my ones, I've got 8 ones. Now I just start multiplying. 3 times 3 is 9. Count the zeros. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Sorry, I'll use a different color. Count the zeros. 1, 2, 3. Boom. 30 times 10. Well, 3 times 10 is 3. Count the zeros. 1, 2. 1, 2. 3 times 6 is 18. Count the zeros. 1. Groovy. Done. Now I'll go down to the next row here. 8 times 3, that one is 24. Yep, of course. Cool. Count the zeros. There's 2. Okay, if you want to, you can use a comma to separate your periods just so it's easier to read. Cool. 8 times 10, yep, that's 80. Ooh, hard to make with a mouse. Pardon me. And, geez, 8 times 6 is 48. Cool. Next step, let's start adding. I will add vertically this time, just because adding 3 terms together is kind of tricky. I'll add just 2 terms together. So 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 4 is 4. And 9 plus 2 is 11. And I'll use a comma to separate my period. Cool. Okay, 300 plus 80. Well, 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 8 is 8. 3 plus nothing is 3. And last but not least, 0 plus 8 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 2. Carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. All right, groovy. My very, very last step is to add all these numbers together. And as I said, I personally don't love adding vertically. I think it's challenging and it leaves a lot of room for error. So I'm going to take these 3 sums and I am just going to rewrite them. I'll stack them on top of each other so I can be absolutely sure I'm adding this properly. Because what a shame to make a mistake at this point, right? You've already done all the hard work. It'd be a shame to make a silly mistake at trying to add them horizontally. Okay, 380, 228. All right. Now you might be thinking, well, Mr. Lewis, I've got a phone in my pocket. It's got a calculator. Why don't I just times 316 times 38 with my calculator? Absolutely. And that's what you're going to do as an adult, usually, because you don't have time to sit down and do the box method or any other strategies we're going to learn. So then you may be thinking, well, what's the whole point of this? If I have a calculator, what's the point? Well, the point is that we understand how to do this on our own. Yes, we use technology when able, but you're not always able to. And more importantly, if we just train ourselves to plug in numbers into a computer, we don't really understand what we're doing. So by solving this longhand, we get a better understanding of what's actually happening in this number sentence. Anyway, 0 plus 0 plus 8 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10, so I have to carry a 1 up here. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. So I carry that 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. And 1 plus nothing is 1. Cool. So my product to 316 times 38 is 12,008. Pretty nifty. So we're going to practice this method a little bit. And for some of you, you might love this method, and this is the one you'll use from here on. Awesome. Some of you might find like, I don't love this, and that's totally okay. We've got other strategies that might make more sense to you or you might prefer, and that's totally okay. But give this one a good shot. Practice it a little bit, because if you just try it once and you're like, I don't like it, you didn't really give it a good enough shot. So try it a little bit, practice it a little bit, and see if it is the strategy for you. All right. Thanks, guys. See you later.